Hello, hello. We are still in the light of the Virgo full moon, and I am feeling the nudge to be on here. And I don't know why, because I have nothing to talk about. I'm not really sure why I'm supposed to be on here, but I know that it's meant to be. So, if you are joining me and you have something you want to share, hi love, if you want to hop on with me, and I've got cards out, I have a singing bowl. I guess this is just an impromptu little full moon ceremony, and I'm a little late on the full moon, been a little busy. Also feeling a lot of resistance in knowing what I'm supposed to be doing, this perfectionism of like, I'm, I don't know, I'm like, I don't know what I want. I do and I don't. And because this Virgo full moon is really about laying down the foundation, the groundwork to the next 10 years of our lives. Like, what are we manifesting? What are we bringing into light? What is our long vision? And because we're in Pisces, we get to dream and we get to kind of cross the realms of the conscious and the unconscious. Virgo, Pisces, meeting in the middle. What are we dreaming? And I know, I don't know if you feel this way too, but we are like I'll get to you. We're like, I've just had these vivid dreams for the past 4 days. Haven't really been able to sleep, but having dreams. And so I guess I'm feeling intimidated by this 10-year plan because I want it to be perfect, and I also don't want to make a commitment, but I know what I want to feel. How do I want to feel in this moment? How do I want to be in this moment? And this moment, right now, this now moment is creating your future because you're tapping into the frequency of what you're desiring instead of what you're not wanting or where you're at right now, because we're always growing and expanding. This is why we're human. We are here to consciously evolve, to continue to move up the levels of dimensions in our thinking, our perspective, how we love, how we communicate, and how we relate. And also like remembering and acknowledging where we come from and how it is. Like acknowledging the past, acknowledging our ancestors, our family, our lineage, how we got here. Thank you. How we got here. Because generations and generations, this is from my own story. I am a Filipinx American, and the Philippines has been colonized for 350 plus years, maybe 400 now. And all I know is what my identity isn't, because the past, where I come from, as many lands all over the world are experiencing, is this like the knowledge didn't get passed down through books, right? They either were never recorded, or they got burned, or they're hidden. Let's just be truthful here. And I want to tell you, our ancestors, all that ancestral wisdom is actually within you, encoded in your DNA. Within your DNA contains a supercomputer, and it's quantum. So it goes up, down, side to side, back and forth, and stop. And we can move along this multi-dimensional timeline however and whenever we want. And so why we are light workers, why you found me on my page, why you're sitting with me right now, is because we are in a remembrance. And you're at somewhere in your timeline remembering who you are and where you come from. And when all of it goes quantum like that, right? Multidimensional, then time doesn't exist. And so it's all happening at once, and we're all experiencing it at once and remembering. And so this is what's helping us move up the levels of consciousness and self-mastery. And so why we do this work, why we practice, why we celebrate and go into ceremony and ritual, is because it's a remembrance of where we come from and how that knowledge and wisdom is being, how it's going to affect our future memories. Like, it's all internet connected, and we remember our lives in different ways. And so you can get readings, you can dream, or tune in through your own meditation, your divination practices, to find out more of these pieces of who you are on a multi-dimensional like space and level. And when we are able to do that, it like blasts open everything and anything. Anything that you put your focus on completely changes. Your perspective changes because you're more open. This third eye, we call it right here, it's like blasted open. And you're seeing now what is seemingly invisible, but actually very, very real. And that's the beauty of belief. And we're believing this is all true because we feel it, and we trust ourselves. We trust the universe and that communication and that dialogue that we have with collective consciousness, with past lives, future lives, parallel lives, and, star seeds, star beings, ancestors, loved ones who've passed away. We have that ability to communicate through telepathy. And that's, I don't know, this is coming through really strong. Didn't know why I was coming on here, and now I know. So, if you have any comments, I'm going to just read this really quick. If you have a question, thank you. Let's see. How is everybody doing? Yes, we are cutting toxic cords as we speak. I had this beautiful opportunity to do a healing in person for as a birthday gift to someone. And they drive up and they come out of the car. I'm like, boom, I already know you're Filipino. And so I got to do a healing for this Filipinx couple, and it was really incredible. The way he was able to drop in and experience what he experienced here. And what this bed does is, either you're in person or over the internet. We can do this over Zoom because energy is not bound by time or space. This is effective anywhere. And it's a little different when you do come here because you're having hands-on Reiki, and you're listening to a very, very specific binaural beat sound journey. And you have this choice of like, okay, what do you want to listen to? Do you want to listen to the beach, or do you want to go to the jungle? And the beach is soft waves and seagulls, and the jungle, a shaman comes to you and tells you that you're on a mission in which you then are being chased by a beast in the jungle as you're looking for the mission that he has put you on. So if you've experienced the bed, you know what I mean. So many unique experiences happen here because we are healing on a cellular level. And the way we're able to do that, you don't need this technology to do it. Reiki, energy healing, personal development, simple mindfulness, and Peak performance, so you are relieving stress out of the body, will connect you in the same way. You will be able to self-heal when our body is in homeostasis and relaxed. And when our body is relaxed, it turns on this switch. It turns on this switch within the DNA, and it's like, hey, there's no bears chasing us, and I don't need to read that email. I'm fully relaxed. What your body does is now you're giving it a window to self-heal. This is why we meditate every single day. We must put our body in states of non-stress, in conscious non-stress, so we can focus our energy to where we want to heal ourselves. And this is definitely this machine. I've been working with it. Oh my gosh, we're actually on an anniversary. So I found out about this bed in 2019, in the first week of March. And it was a gift. This is how it all ties now. I get it. Full circle. So I was texted this bed, didn't know what I was looking at. This is silly. I don't know what this quantum resonance crystal stuff is. I don't know what you mean, and I don't care. But it led me to go on eBay, and I was looking at biomats on eBay, and this bed was on eBay under biomat, 20 minutes from my house. So kismet, because, or synchronicity and ancestral and family connection and communication. My mother's birthday was the same day that I decided to say yes to this. It was the day before, and I realized it was her birthday. And through a quote that she sent through me on Instagram, and it's about, here's the daughters who like learn to love themselves through their because they were carrying all this trauma of their mother. And I was like, I knew this quote was for me, because at the end of it, it said questions for Ada. Ada is my nickname for Andrea Doria Aguilar. And I knew that this message was directly for me through my mother to tell me that I'm on the right path. And since then, since working with this machine for 2 years, that just landed. For 2 years, I have seen incredible miracles. People in these spontaneous manifestations, accelerated healing, and breakthroughs of connecting to the self, to feeling oneness, and feeling whole, nurtured, and in the in-between. And so when we talk about quantum manifesting, if you haven't read Dr. Joe Dispenza, I highly suggest that you do. Becoming supernatural is a great way to start, or you are the placebo. And it's all about the power of belief by connecting to the quantum field. And with this technology behind me, we can do that. We can bypass our ego. We can bypass the parts, the like distraction, because you're going to be entrained into a full state of relaxation. And when you are relaxed, your body can self-heal. When you are relaxed, you can enter the void of the quantum field, the everything and the nothing, all of the things and no thing. That's what Dr. Joe Dispenza says. So when we tap into this void, we are able to then line up and tune into the channel, the frequency, like a radio station, to your desired feelings, to your desired vision, and with less obstacle. And when you have less obstacles, you can just go, you're just out. Like Reiki, if you've ever had it before, you become instantly relaxed. And with binaural beats, your brain instantly taps into the prefrontal cortex, which is what makes us human, which brings on higher consciousness. And through the deep relaxation and activating this part of the brain, we become a direct connection to source. And whatever source has for you, it's perfect and it's whole and complete. And it's incredible. I'm so stoked that this is my job and this is what I get to do. And I'm grateful. And so, like, here we go, more full circle. If you just joined us, we were talking about the full moon. The full moon in Virgo is about laying down foundations for the next long-term 10-year vision, while dreaming as big as you can, using that Pisces watery energy to just dream up all the things. And so my long-term vision, and I'm sharing this right now, is to create a healing vortex or community which is self-sustainable, and it is all-encompassing. There's like a mystery school. We like make baby Jedis, right? And I'm sure other people see this too, like sustainable gardening, things to create income that feeds this micro system and also outputs healing. And when we're outputting all that healing, so much can change and create direct effect in the world. And if you make these micro communities and grid them all over the world in like powerful ley lines of land of ancient places, we can create this new system of energy. We become the tuning fork. We become the tuning fork of the land with this in mind. When we choose love, that's the 5D. When we choose love over fear, that's the 5D. Choosing love always. Compassion, understanding, unconditional love. Can I hear it through those ears? And when I do, how can I be a solution instead of a complaint or a problem, or, well, no, that's just not possible. Change isn't going to happen. If we continue to believe that and let that paradigm live, fucking world is over. Plain and simple. So what we get to do is like course correct by regulating your nervous system. When you regulate your nervous system, you can come from that 5D. You can come from love, compassion, and understanding. Taking a beat, and Lord knows, I know all about this. Taking a beat before reacting to something. How can I respond to this with love, compassion, and understanding? And having a child makes this so fucking clear. It's like this deep presence and like putting the lenses back on with the rose-colored glasses or lenses, right? Seeing the world through the eyes of a child and letting them be in their full expression, because at some point in these timelines that are existing right now, we were shut off from our innocence. And I think this is an important piece to decolonization work, is connecting to your inner child, to yourself, right? Through the eyes of innocence, bringing back the purity of who we are, and again, acknowledgement of our past, our ancestors, where we've been, but through the eyes of a child, and then with that full presence, with that full feeling, with that full gusto. When we see when we see Zephyr, he's just so like in the moment, and he reminds me all the time, like, you're not being present, bitch. Like, he literally goes, hey mommy, you happy or sad? Hey mommy, you happy or mad? I'm like, oh, reality check outside of my body, just like this pure loving presence, and saying, hey, you happy or mad? You can choose. It's really up to you. And I'm still learning that. And that's what I get to learn. And that's, I can be an example to Zephyr that I listened and I acknowledged his truth. And it has made me grow and expand because he's actually the master. So, anyways, I hope that was just like full on channeling. So, I think I will end it there. That feels good. I love all of you. Thank you for watching. Let me know what resonated and what you're committed to in your long-term vision, based on your dreams. And if there were no obstacles, what would it be? What would you do? How would you love to dream? Through the eyes of innocence, through the eyes of love, compassion, joy, and understanding. All right, everybody, I love you. Bye.